Well, it's not just you. It's been a very dry start to our July here across the Denver area with less than 3/4 of an inch of rain so far. These are stats from Denver International Airport, but here at our 9 News studios, these numbers similar. We're at about 3/4 of an inch of rain so far this month, which is only about a third of where it should be. And it's our driest start to a July in Denver since 2021. So driest start in 4 years. Nothing too wildly dry about this, but same idea for us in Boulder as well, where we're at about an inch of rain so far this month, which is a bit below average, but notably so. However, you go up to Greeley, where you've had a couple of big storms impacting the Greeley area, and you're at slightly over 2 inches of rain. And by the way, here, folks, this goes to speak to just the typical hit or miss nature of storms. A lot of you last week, I talked about this last Friday, a lot of you last week did not see a storm despite some forecasts calling for widespread showers and storms. But look at this. Again, you got a total hit in Greeley with 2 big storms last week, and you're now close to triple where you should be so far this July. Now, the question you might be asking or thinking about right now, are we in a drought now along the Front Range? Well, we've had more misses than hits so far this month. However, we're not historically dry. We've still seen, in most cases, at least 1 or 2 storms this month. And of course, we also had a very wet spring. So April, May, and June were very wet, so we are not in a drought for now. Obviously, if this keeps going into August and September and October, that's where we start getting into drought conditions. But for now, we've had a wet enough spring and we're not historically dry. So we're not in drought conditions yet along the Front Range, but did want to point out the fact that so far this month, we are off to a dry July across most of the Front Range.